When we're talking about a gun for a first-time shooter, this is where we are going, okay? And I'm gonna go on ahead and I'll keep this your question up, okay? And please, by all means, share this, tag people, share this, tag people, share this, tag people in it, okay? Facebook is gonna do what it's gonna do, but we're gonna go on ahead and keep going. Let's get to it. Here we go. The type of gun for a first-time buyer: one, affordable; two, comfortable; three, usable; and four, battle ready. Okay. Affordable, comfortable, usable, and battle ready. What does that mean? Let's get to affordable. One, is it in your price range? The answer to that is hell yeah, it's in your price range. You know why it's in your price range? If you go to a gun store that will allow you to try before you buy, struggle streaming, okay? That will allow you to try it before you buy it, right? That is going to be better for you. Try before you buy. What do I mean when I say try before you buy? How does it feel in your hand? Does it feel comfortable in your hand, right? Try before you buy. When we're talking about affordability, gun stores have payment plans. Gun stores have payment plans. So you are able to put that firearm that you want, right? So long as you go through the rest of the process, you are able to put the gun that you want on a payment plan, right? Is it comfortable? Does it fit in your hand like a glove? Okay. Here's an example of a SIRT pistol right here. Okay. You may not be able to see it. Let me go on ahead and put it up on the screen to where you can see. Here we go. This is a SIRT pistol right here. Okay, not a real live pistol. Okay, how does it feel in your hand when you grab that firearm? Does it fit in your hand like a glove? Okay, your strong hand. What about your other hand? Right? If this strong hand goes down, the strong hand is the hand that's holding the firearm. Okay, so how does this feel when I hold this in my hand? Right? Does it feel comfortable? Ladies know this all too well. Okay, ladies know this all too well that if you go to a clothing store, you're not going to see something, just pick it up and then just pay for it. You're going to go in there and try before you buy. When you try before you buy, today you may be a two. You may have eaten too much the night before. Now you're a four. I'm not saying that's how that works, but maybe that's how that works, right? You want to try it before you buy it to make sure that it's comfortable, that it fits, whatever you're about to do in the next day, 2 days, 3 days. You get what I'm saying, right? That it's comfortable to your likability. How does this feel in your hand? Okay. How does it feel in your hand? Am I able to touch the trigger without having to sacrifice my grip? Am I able to hit the magazine release, the slide lock release? Am I able to rack the slide? The mechanics of the pistol, are they comfortable for my skill set, right? That's the comfortable aspect of comfortability, okay? Then we get down to usable, okay? Usable. And looking at usable, the whole question is this. When I begin to step onto the range and I begin to press that firearm downrange, right? Or towards a, target, okay, paper target, whatever the case may be. When I begin to press that firearm out towards that target, look through my rear sight and my front sight, put my finger on the trigger, I begin to get to that wall, and then I press that trigger. Am I able to handle the recoil? Right? Little small things. How does the trigger feel? How does the trigger reset? Trigger reset is a very important thing, right? And so when I begin to hold this firearm and I begin to use it, how does it feel when I shoot it slow? How does it feel when I shoot it fast? Things like that. Those things do actually matter. Okay. When I begin to change the magazine, am I able to drop that magazine, put another magazine in, rack the slide, get back on target, slide lock release? Those little small things. How does that feel? Those little small things, that magazine release, that slide lock release. If you travel in your career with legal firearms usage, you'll begin to see that not all slide lock releases are built the same. Some are very flushed with the actual frame of the slide, or not the frame, because the frame is a part of the grip carrier assembly, but a part of the slide assembly. You got the slide assembly and the grip assembly. Sometimes you have the slide lock releases that are flushed with the actual frame of the grip assembly, and it doesn't protrude out. So if it doesn't protrude out, I'll tell you 1 minute, Cocalicious, go on ahead and text me at that number that's below, 630-360-0548. When you have that slide release that is flushed so close to the actual, grip assembly or the frame of the pistol, you're going to have problems under stress trying to maneuver that slide lock release. So then you may have to rely on the actual slide itself. Those little nuances matter. Okay. How are your sights? The rear sight, the front sight. Are they steel? Are they polymer? What are they made of? Because as you begin to advance in your career of firearms, legal firearms usage, right? As you begin to advance, let's just say some of you all who have seen me do certain videos, racking a slide off of, matter of fact, I'm going to show you that video. I have that video here. As you begin to do certain things tactically, you will begin to find out that, hold on for a minute. This was a great course. As you begin to do things tactically, you will begin to see that, oh my God, these polymer sights on my firearm just popped right off. Those things do happen. Those things absolutely do happen. All right. And so if you don't take that into consideration when you're using your firearm, I got to show you this video because you'll see exactly what I was doing when it comes down to managing the use of that firearm with your so there we go. Good. Let me play this video for you. Pop this up because this is a perfect example of that question, and you won't know it until you get out into a situation, not a situation, but you won't know that until you get into training where you begin to understand what your firearm can actually do. Here we go. Did you see what I just did there? I'll slow that down, okay? In me putting that magazine inside of me, slow it down. In me putting that magazine back in the, well, watch this. See, those type of things matter. Those type of things matter. And you don't want to find that out in a training environment. You don't want to find that out in a training environment. Yes, Angel, there are spots available for this weekend. Yes. You don't want to find that out. Here's the number down at the bottom, 630-360-0548. You don't want to find that out in a actual situation, okay? Where your hand is, you don't know what you're going to find yourself into. Right? You don't know. You're not like the police. The police, for the most part, they know what they're walking into in certain respects, or at least they have an idea. For you, it's going to likely be happenstance, right? It's just going to happen, right? Because let's talk facts. You should be paying attention, but you're not paying attention, right? You should keep your head out of the cell phone, but you're not. We got so many things going on in our personal lives. You're not paying attention to everything. You can't possibly pay attention to everything. So what's the likelihood of you getting into an actual situation where you may need to actually use this firearm? It is very possible that this could happen, right? So in that situation, let's just say your strong hand, the hand that you've been always using, all of a sudden is disabled. Now you got to find a way to get this done. Pop, pop, pop. You get that gun out of the holster, pop, pop, pop. You shoot. Now you need to change mags. Drop that magazine. Now you need to go on ahead and grab that next magazine. Put it inside, especially in the city of Chicago. Absolutely. Put that magazine inside. Now you got to rack that. Let's just say you don't have an ambidextrous slide release, right? Now you got to send that mag forward, but you got a hand that's down. What are you going to do? Rack that slide off of your pants or off of some other type of hardened device, but then your rear sight pops off. Oh my God. Through all of my training, I've been looking through my rear sight at my front sight, and I haven't been practicing point shooting. Things happen, and you need to understand when that happens, what are you going to do? I'd rather you find out in a training environment than to sit here and find out in a real world situation. Training is the one thing that can expose to you the areas that you need to work on. Okay, so let's get back to it. Training is the one thing that can expose to you the areas where you need to work on. All right. So in getting back to it, here we go. Comfortable, usable, right? Some of you ladies, and even the guys too, but some of you ladies have issues when it comes down to racking the slide. Oh my God, it's so hard. You won't know that unless you try before you buy. I'd rather you find that out on the range than to sit here and find that out in a situation where, okay, yeah, you had your firearm was loaded. Your man loaded it, or some other kind of person loaded it, whoever, right? All of a sudden, there's a situation where you were able to get to your firearm. You were able to use it, click, click, click. Now you're out of rounds. Now you got to go through the process of unloading, right? Ejecting that mag out, taking a new mag, provided you got to dig all in your purse and find it. That's a whole nother conversation too. Find that mag, load it. Now you're having trouble racking the slide. That's just like getting in the car, putting in the key, starting the ignition, car starts up. Oh my God, I didn't pay attention. I got a manual transmission instead of an automatic. How do you drive that shit? What do I do? Right? You need to understand that. Don't wait till you get into the situation to find out. Find out in training. There's no embarrassment in going through training. And then battle ready. Oh, Lord. Some of y'all want to get these small guns. Some of y'all want to get these small firearms. I don't know what else to tell you, right? Get whatever you want to get, right? Anybody will sell you a car that they believe you will drive, okay? But the problem is, like I said, the best of us instructors, we teach you for outcomes that we are probably not going to be around to see you go through. What's going on, Art? We teach you for outcomes that we are probably not going to be around for you to go through. Okay. And that's how you know this information is good, because Facebook is doing its job of suppressing that information. 44,000 followers and how many thousand friends and only 13 people. Facebook is doing its job. That's why I hope Elon Musk buys you out. Let's keep going. I hope you're watching, right? Moving on. Yeah, let's keep going. So you find yourself in a situation where you pull out your little pum, right? You're not pulling out that little firearm for your ego. You're not pulling out that little firearm because you want to have it, or you got that little firearm because you want to put it in a small. That's not the reason why you're carrying a firearm. And those firearms instructors who are instructing you to sit there and get the kind of little cute firearm that's going to go on ahead and you can hide it and you can carry, because you rather have one on you than not have one on you. They are setting you up for failure. That is not the purpose of you carrying a firearm. The purpose of you carrying a firearm is so when battle shit happens, you can do battle shit, right? Now, that doesn't mean you got a rifle on you. And that doesn't mean you need to carry a super gargantuan, big, full-size pistol like this if you're a little person. No, you can get a smaller firearm that has battle capacity type shit. In other words, double stack magazine capacity, big ticket shit. See, when you're under the influence of stress, you're not doing fine motor skill stuff, right? You're not doing small manipulating things, right? You're not in fine motor skills. You're in gross motor, big picture movements, big muscle movements, fight, flight, freeze, emotions. You're doing big shit. Try to work yourself up. Get some stress about yourself. And then after you work that stress up, or after a car's backfire, or after something else, try to text. Try to do small things that require concentration, finite concentration. You're going to find that hard to do because your body is not in that mode. So if your body is not in that mode for the little shit, what makes you think you're going to be able to navigate using a little gun, especially if you have not practiced to the level of, as Todd says from IDS strategies, right? Unconscious competence. Todd Fossey, look him up. Unconscious competence. Unconscious competence. Let me give you an example of unconscious competence. The way you walk. You don't think about walking. You just walk. You desire to go into a different location and you change. Thought, change. Thought, change. Thought, change. Abrupt, move. Unconscious competence, right? So you get the firearm that's going to enable you to do things when the battle occurs. And I pray you never have to get to that point. That's why you got to have great situational awareness. John Foster even says, Pookie and the boys came with 30 plus rounds to talk to you. I'm just saying, you got to make sure that you're ready. You got to make sure that you're ready. Okay. So affordable, comfortable, usable, battle ready. Make sure that you try before you buy. 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 I cannot emphasize this enough. Try before you buy. Try before you buy. I just cannot emphasize this enough. I cannot emphasize this enough. You need to